long O as OA. The fourth way to spell the long O sound is with OA, as in Joan. The long O sounds like the name of the letter O. Compare cot with coat. The O is said to have a long sound when it sounds like the name of the letter O. The O, as in coat, sounds like the name of the letter O, and that makes it a long O. The O in cot does not sound like the name of the letter O without the silent A. We would have cot, not coat. The O in cot has a unique short O sound. Furthermore, this OA phonic is useful to tell apart homonyms like Rome and Rome, saw and saw, or and or, board and board, toad and toad, course and course, and horse and horse. Compare short O with long O in these words: got, goat, cot, coat, sock, soak, clock, cloak, god, goad, Todd, toad, rod, road, cost, coast, John, Joan. Compare cot with coat. As in coat, when the two vowels O and A are next to each other, walking, the first one, O, does the talking and the second one, A, is silent. The first one, O, does the talking means it has a sound, and that sound is a long sound, just like the name of the letter O. The silent A is there just to help the O say O. When we say that the O does the talking, we mean the O is able to sound like the name of the letter O. Being able to say the name of the letter O means the O is long. Without the silent A, we would have the word cot, not coat. Similarly, and as in the syllable coal in coal mine, when O and A are next to each other in a stressed syllable, the O has the long sound of the letter O, and the A is silent. This OA phonic is useful to tell apart homonyms like board and board. Know that the two vowels walking rule applies only to two vowels that are in the same syllable, and that syllable must be stressed. Coat, boat, goat, moat, throat, oat, float, gloat, bloat, oath, loath, load, toad, road, goad, poach, coach, roach, broach, toast, roast, coast, boast, moan, groan, loan, Joan, foam, roam, or, course, horse, hoard, board, raw, saw, goal, coal, shoal, oak, soak, cloak, croak, coax, hoax, soap, oaf, loaf, coat, coats, coated, boat, boats, rowboat, goat, goats, goatee, moat, throat, oat, oats, oatmeal, float, floats, floated, floating, gloat, gloats, gloated, gloating, bloat, bloats, bloated, bloating, oath, loath, loathed, loathsome, load, loaded, loading, upload, uploaded, download, downloaded, downloading, toad, toads, road, roads, roadway, roadmap, goad, poach, poached, coach, coaches, coached, coaching, broach, broaches, broached, broaching, roach, roaches, cockroaches, encroach, reproach, reproached, approach, approached, toast, toasts, toasted, toasting, roast, roasts, roasted, roasting, coast, coasts, boast, boasts, boasted, boasting, boaster, moan, moaned, groan, groaned, loan, loans, loaned, loaning, Joan, foam, foams, roam, roams, roamed, roaming, or, oars, course, courser, coursist, horse, horser, horsist, hoard, hoards, hoarded, hoarding, board, aboard, boardwalk, chalkboard, blackboard, boarded, boarding, roar, roars, roared, roaring, uproar, saw, sword, soaring, goal, coal, coals, coal mine, shoal, shoals, oaks, soak, soaks, soaked, soaking, cloak, croak, croaky, croakier, coax, coaxed, coaxing, hoax, soap, soaps, oaf, loaf, loaves. Joan was from the East Coast. Joan's parents owned a coal mining business. Joan's parents were loaded with money. Joan's parents liked to hoard their wealth. Joan was not a boaster and did not boast about her family's wealth. Joan was a smart person. She was not an oaf. Joan's friend was a coach and he had a goatee. Joan's friend ate oatmeal, poached eggs, roast beef, toast from a fresh loaf of bread, and sipped on an ice cream float. Joan's friend felt bloated after he ate. Joan did not gloat over her friend's bloating. Joan felt cold and she had an aching throat. Joan's coat was in her boat. Joan dropped her oar in the water. Joan's oar was made out of oak. Joan soaked her cloak in soap and water. Joan slipped on the soap's foam and fell. Joan roared with pain after she fell. Joan's pain caused her to moan and groan. Joan couldn't go skateboarding. Joan used to skateboard on the boardwalk before she fell. Joan had a pet toad and a goat. Joan liked the moats she saw in some old movies. Joan often roamed around the town's roads to shop or to do nothing. Joan kept searching for fun activities but was rarely excited about anything, and her approach wasn't working for her. Joan decided to take flying lessons to keep her busy. Joan downloaded some information about flying from the internet. Joan's goal was to learn about flying before buying an airplane. Joan found out that the price of an airplane fuel was soaring higher than ever. Joan asked her friend who was a coach to give her flying lessons. Joan asked the coach to loan her his airplane and he didn't. Joan didn't reproach the coach, but she thought that he was a bit coarse when dealing with her. Joan decided to quit being the coach's friend and she broached the bad news to the coach. The coach was writing his phonics lesson on the chalkboard, and he got nervous and stepped on a roach. The coach had written the following sentences on the chalkboard. Joan watched the eagle soar. Rose had a sore throat. Did Joan have one oar in her boat, or did she have two? Joan had a pet toad. Mello towed his car away. Joan's speech was neither coarse nor rude. Courtney took a paralegal course. Joan's voice was neither hoarse nor rough. Rose had a horse. Joan took an oath in court to say the truth. Joan's board of directors stood on the boardwalk, near the borders of Mexico, and bought a chalkboard. Meanwhile, Rose was very bored as she waited for them. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to learn more.